190 years ago, on March 6, 1836, after 13 days of intermittent fighting, the Battle of the Alamo came to a gruesome end, capping off a pivotal moment in the Texas Revolution. Mexican forces were victorious in recapturing the fort, and nearly all of the roughly 200 Texan defenders, including frontiersman Davy Crockett, died. 13 days earlier, on February 23rd, Mexican General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna ordered a siege of the Alamo mission near present-day San Antonio, which had been occupied by rebel Texas forces since December. An army of over 1,000 Mexican soldiers began descending on the makeshift fort and setting up artillery. Over the next 2 weeks, the two armies traded gunfire, but there were few casualties. Despite being clearly outnumbered, Alamo Code commanders James Bowie and William Travis insisted on remaining in place. The volunteer soldiers defending the Alamo included doctors and farmers, as well as Tennessee frontiersmen and Congressman Davy Crockett, who fought in the Tennessee militia. The final attack came before dawn on March 6. Mexican troops breached the north wall and flooded into the compound, awakening many of the Texans inside. The fighting lasted 90 minutes, some of it hand-to-hand combat. Bowie and Travis were killed, as was Crockett, although reports differ as to exactly how and when. Several Texans reportedly surrendered, but Santa Anna ordered that all prisoners be executed. Only a handful survived, mostly women and children. Historians estimate that several hundred Mexicans died. After the battle, the Mexican army marched east. Meanwhile, Sam Houston, commander of the Texas forces, had been building and developing his army in Harris County. "Remember the Alamo" became their rallying cry as an urgent reminder to avenge their earlier defeat. On April 21st, Texas and Mexico fought again at the Battle of San Jacinto. Texas was victorious this time and won independence from Mexico, bringing the Texas Revolution to an end. The defense of the Alamo remains a symbol of resistance and revolution. The battle has been immortalized in several TV series and films, including 1960's The Alamo, starring John Wayne as Davy Crockett, and 2004's The Alamo, starring Dennis Quaid as Sam Houston and Billy Bob Thornton as Davy Crockett. I've only been to the Alamo once since 2014. I was just a little boy, and at the time I was not interested in the Alamo, but after watching the 2004 film The Alamo, I became so interested in it that I wanted to go back there so bad. I've been planning to go back there for years until we never had the chance. The reason why I love 2004's The Alamo is because they got the time right in the final siege of the Alamo, because at the time of the final battle it was 5 in the morning and it was still dark. But the design on the chapel was a little too big. But I'm impressed with the casting. And I'm also impressed with the Mexican casting too. In real life, actually, Santa Anna was a Spanish Criollo who fought against Mexico because Mexico was fighting for its independence from Spain, until Santa Anna switched sides. And also, I'm not really a fan of the casting of Santa Anna because he wasn't that old. He was actually between the ages of 30 and 40. And I'm also glad not only they did the final Alamo battle sequence, but they also did the Battle of San Jacinto sequence, the final battle of the Texas Revolution. That battle lasted for 18 minutes, with the Mexicans defeated at the hands of General Sam Houston, despite being wounded. And I was so proud of it that I consider that one of the best Alamo films that I have ever watched. Despite negative critics and box office failures, I still love it to this day. And also, it's distributed by Buena Vista Pictures Distribution under the Touchstone banner, which makes it a Disney film. Even though I was born in Arkansas, my family and I moved to Texas in 2010, and I still live there to this day, even though I'm in college right now in Northwest Arkansas. Every year on March 6th, I will never forget the Alamo. The same goes for Goliad later in on March 27th. So that's all I have for today. If you like my Alamo video here, don't forget to leave a comment down below and subscribe. And comment if you've been to the Alamo before or have seen the 2004 film The Alamo. This is Stephen Luke, and I want to thank you all for taking this time to remember all those who died there. Never forget the Alamo. God bless Texas.